Good morning. Welcome to the midweek edition of your favorite program on television, Inside Nigeria. Today is October 25, 2023, and it's my pleasure to be hosting you on today's midweek show. My name is Winifred Webo, and as usual on the program, we have review. The first segment of the program is for review of some select newspapers, including Nigeria's most influential newspaper, Leadership. As usual on the program, we like to flag off with leadership. Leadership leading stories today says 18 days to governorship polls. Bayelsa, Kogi, Imo election materials not ready. There's INEC blames litigations, intra-party crisis. Restore public trust in electoral system. IPAC. CDS warns stakeholders against violence. I'll take that leading story once again. 18 days to governorship polls. Bayelsa, Kogi, Imo election materials not ready. The writers say INEC blames litigations, intra-party crisis. Restore public trust in electoral system. IPAC. CDS warns stakeholders against violence. That was the leading story on Leadership today, Wednesday, 25th of October, 2023. And of course, we have other sub-leading stories on the cover. We'll take them one after the other. First Bank launches Digital Experience Center in Abuja. Grand rent debt, Wike vows to step on toes. Israel-Hamas war, UN expresses concern as death toll hits 7,200. Flights resume at Kaduna Airport. And above that, we have Senate defense purchase of SUVs says is for durability. The story continues on page 4 of Leadership. And above that, for the business section, we have white boss. We have Naira depreciates further to 1,235 to dollar in parallel market. Naira depreciates further to 1,235 Naira per dollar in parallel market. And above the masthead, NNPP tackles Ganduje over Kano foreign scholarships. Tax evasion, appeal tribunal orders MTN to pay FIROS $72.5 million. With that, we move over to the page 3 of the paper, as usual, and where we have our stand. Our stand today is on the 25,000 conditional cash transfer. The 25,000 conditional cash transfer. And of course, with that, we move over to the back page of the paper where we have Wednesday column with Aisha Osori. She's writing on medical tourism in a time of cancer. Medical tourism in a time of cancer. For more on this continuation of headline stories and inside pages, you log on to the website of Leadership, www.leadership.ng. From Leadership, we have THISDAY next on our menu. THISDAY leads with tax reforms. Federal government to streamline over 200 taxes, levies to single-digit number. Tax reforms. Federal government to streamline over 200 taxes, levies to single-digit number. Tinubu receives tax committee's quick win report. Directs implementation of recommendations across MDAs. Naira depreciates further, now 1,310 per dollar on parallel market. 847.77 Naira per dollar on official market as arbitrage gap widens to 462 Naira per dollar. House summons CBN governor for lifting forest restriction on 43 items. House summons CBN governor for lifting forest restriction on 43 items. P&ID judge refers UK lawyers to regulators in Nigeria's $11 billion arbitration win. The story continues on page 10 of THISDAY. We move up just close to the masthead. Obi, rule of law threatened when citizens lose faith in judiciary. Says only judicial interventions can protect the public from tyranny of duplicitous characters. Obi, rule of law threatened when citizens lose faith in judiciary. Says only judicial interventions can protect the public from tyranny of duplicitous characters. Wabote, Nigerian calls for 1.5 million barrel per day combined crude oil refining capacity by 2025. And above the masthead, we have U.S. rushes defense advisors to Middle East as Israel's grand assault in Gaza looms. Tam, Senate constitutes panel to probe NNPCL over 11.25 trillion naira spent on moribund refineries in 13 years. Justifies SUV purchase for senators, silent on cost. Says lawmakers went for Prado Jeep for durability. For continuation of these headline stories, inside pages, editorial, and more stories, just log on to the website of THISDAY, www.thisdaylive.com. Daily Sun is next on our menu, and Daily Sun leads with the story articles B to expose FBI CIA's records on Tinubu phase. Articles B to expose FBI CIA's records on Tinubu phase. U.S. court rejects request to compel security agencies to release documents on Nigeria's president. Nadeco asks FBI to investigate Chicago varsity over certificates. And just by the side, we have Peter Obi tax judiciary on election petitions. Says democracy based on faulty justice opens society to dangers. Bandits attack mosque to injure two worshippers in Kaduna. Jonathan makes case for inclusive democracy, stronger institutions. Nigerian company launches unmanned aerial vehicles, drones production. Kogi, Imo, Bayelsa, INEC frowns at political parties' non-nomination of agents. Grand rent debts, Wike issues fresh threats, vows to step on toes. Moribund refineries, NNPCL faces 11.25 trillion naira probe. GMD others summoned. Federal government, states, local government areas share 903 billion naira in September. The second leading story on Daily Sun today is federal government obtains fresh $17 million loan from World Bank. Federal government obtains fresh $17 million loan from World Bank. Facility meant to support adolescent education. Alleged P and ID scam, EFCC opens case against fleeing Britain. The story continues on page 5 of Daily Sun, and just before we go, we see the story just beside the masthead. Inflation rates to hit 30% by December. Rest summoned CBN boss over reversal of ban on rice importation orders. The story continues on page 25-27 of Daily Sun. For more on that, inside stories, log on to the website of Daily Sun, www.sunnynewsonline.com. From Daily Sun, Vanguard is next. Vanguard says Nigeria needs $10 billion annually to fund SDGs. Federal government. Nigeria needs $10 billion annually to fund SDGs. Federal government. Funding, biggest challenge of SDGs. Private sector must complement government. FG must expand tax net for more revenue. Government needs to leverage on technology to improve services. Infrastructure has to be revamped. UN representative. And beneath the headline story, we have aftermath of Vanguard's report. Federal government extends stay of record envoys by 3 months. We have received AIE, but it's not cash backed envoy. 8 months too short. Agreement takes at least 6 months as ambassador. And we have on sports, Osimhen Boniface lead list of Nigeria's most valuable players. Alleged anti-party activities, Deputy Speaker, Minister at war. SUVs, we considered cost, bad roads before approving Land Cruisers, Senate. Tax exemptions waivers to cost federal government 12.4 trillion naira in 4 years. Clark seeks expulsion of Abia, Imo, Ondo from NDDC. Senate to probe federal government's 11.35 trillion naira term of refineries. That is turnaround maintenance of refineries. Grand rent debts will step on toes, Wike tells defaulters. Presidential poll. INEC must probe why upload of results to IREF failed, according to Jega, the former INEC chair. For more stories on Vanguard, log on to the website of Vanguard newspaper, www.vanguardngr.com. The Punch is next. Punch says, multiple taxation. Tinubu panel asks government to drop 190 taxes. OPS blames states. Multiple taxation. Tinubu panel asks government to drop 190 taxes. OPS blames states. And the riders say panel okays 10 levies, says 200 taxes burdensome, lobbies National Assembly states. President endorses tax reforms, panel to address fake, FIROS pledges implementation. We have DSS NAM suspected terrorist wife recovers 150 AK-47 rifles. Lagos cancer doctor Olaleye backs life jail for rape. Slain Nigerian student. Philippines police file murder cases against suspects. And above the masthead of Punch, we have Senate probes 11 trillion naira refinery repairs. Summons Kyari. EFCC chair orders staff to declare assets. These are the leading stories on today's The Punch newspaper, Wednesday, October 25, 2023. For more stories, continuation of these headlines, log on to the website www.punchng.com. From the Punch newspaper, we have The Guardian next on our menu for review on this segment of the show. The Guardian says insecurity defies 261 NAS motions, 20 legislations, 12 trillion naira in 16 years. Insecurity defies 261 NAS motions, that is National Assembly motions, 20 legislations, 12 trillion naira in 16 years. And just as exclusive to The Guardian, they have a data graph and to highlight the leading story there. And the data says 71,449 lives claimed nationwide in 16 years. 63,111 killed in Buhari's era. 7,582 under Tinubu. National Assembly passed 261 resolutions, 20 legislative bills, appropriated over 12 trillion naira to tackle insurgency, insecurity. And of course, you have President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the NSA advisor Ribadu, former President Muhammad Buhari, and the service chiefs on the picture. Off-season polls, court judgments impeding preparations. INEC laments. Corporate Affairs Commission uncovers 189 fake companies. The electoral system and danger of over litigations. Senate reopens probe of 11.25 trillion naira turnaround maintenance cost. 1.6 trillion naira loss on refineries. Despite 6.5 trillion naira spent on education in 7 years, federal government laments poor performance. Lagos doctor backs life imprisonment for defiling wife's niece. Troops neutralize 9 ISWAP terrorists. Arrest logistics supplier in Borno. These are the leading stories on the Guardian newspaper today, Wednesday, October 25, 2023. For continuation of these inside stories, the editorial and back page, log on to the website of The Guardian, www.guardian.ng. From The Guardian, we move over to the last paper we have on our menu today, and that is The Nation. The Nation leads with the story, federal government unfolds forest tax jobs investment policies. Federal government unfolds forest tax jobs investment policies. 260 taxes to be slashed to single digits. Merging of BDCs, forest apps, dealers into official forest markets. And of course, it has a gap. The nation has a boss that it's underneath the story to break down the leading story. On forest, we have expansion of official forest market to BDCs, stoppage of black market transactions, sanctions for transactions outside official markets, stoppage of speculative forest demand, hoarding, digitalization of forest regime. For tax, we have relief for private sector, payment of taxes on foreign currency denominated transaction, withholding tax regulations reforms, elimination of multiple taxes. For jobs, we have removal of obstacles to global employment for home-based Nigerians, waiver of penalty and interest of outstanding tax liabilities. For palliative, we have freezing of VAT payment on diesel for 6 months, waiver on CNG conversion and renewable energy items. And in quote, we have over 60 taxes and levies. Unofficially, those taxes are over 200, making life difficult for our people. Quote close. Other stories making the headlines are oil thieves deploy CCTV mortar launchers along pipeline routes. NNPCL security, we won't relent in battle against criminals. Akeredolu receives Sanwo-Olu, Makinde, Abiodun, Oyebanji, Ayedatiwa Rice Chief Judge. Clark seeks exclusion of Abia, Imo, Ondo from NDDC. 286,266 apply for police job in 1 week. FARC saves 289 billion naira from September revenue. Above the masthead of the nation, we have U.S. court rejects request for FBI's report on Tinubu. Land racketeering rocks FCTA. Fake firms get allocation. EFCC chair orders staff members to declare assets. Senate defends 160 million naira SUVs for National Assembly members. With this, we've come to the end of the review of the Nation newspaper. For more on this continuation of the headline stories, log on to the website www.thenationonlineng.net. With that, also, we've come to the end of today's Inside Nigeria, your favorite program on Leadership Television. My name is Winifred Ugbebo, anchoring the program. Unfortunately, we don't have a guest in the house today to throw more lights on some of the leading stories, but hopefully tomorrow a guest will be in the studio. Until I come your way again, same time, same station tomorrow. Here's wishing you a wonderful day. See you.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements,